This is the Fawley Challenge Cup, and away goes Sir William. Borlase School on the left of our picture and Shiplake College on the right. It's quads, so it's also tricky to steer, but each oarsman's got two sticks, which gives you a little bit more control over what's going on.
Yeah, and you can see again, both crews look like they've got away relatively safely there, and looks like an even match out of the start, maybe just with a little bit of a lead there building up for Shiplake College, but I think that William Borlase crew is not one to be discounted. Yeah,
as we pick them up alongside, they're neck and neck, stroke for stroke. It looks like an exciting race to start off with. Actually, both pretty good style of sculling. You can see sometimes a bit of tension in the shoulders, just trying to compensate for some of the wind and the waves that they're going through at the moment. Shiplake have had some really good quads in recent years, but it does look at the moment as though Borlase have got a little bit of an edge.
Well, and let's not forget that Borlase won this event at Henley Regatta in 2012, 2014, 2015. Okay, it's been a few years, but this might be the start of a return to winning ways for them.
Yeah, so we go past the first marker with Borlase, perhaps a third of a length up on Shiplake. So in the Shiplake crew, what are we thinking about? How do we stay on terms? How do we try to relax rather than panic at this stage? Because it's still very, very early in the race.
I think you have to be careful this early in the race not to be too reactive to what the other crew is doing. You have to be relatively brave and confident in your own pattern, your own race pace, your own plan. Having said all that, if you are really about to be lost in the race, you might need to decide to do something different.
Well, here we are. We jumped down the course to just past the halfway mark, and exactly as you're saying, I think they try to stay cool and calm, but it does look like the Borlase crew, well, they've got the edge technically. Really neat sculling from these young men, and that means they've opened up a couple of lengths of lead on Shiplake.
This Borlase crew, to make it more impressive, are all lower sixth, J17, so every single one of these four are going to be back next year. So, you know, putting down a marker not just for this year's regatta, but 2023 as well. A
lot of it's about experience, particularly in the junior events. We sometimes have, and we'll see some this afternoon, 15 and young 16-year-olds coming into this, and they'll be able to race 2 or 3 times as juniors in the junior events here. And that first-year experience, I can remember it myself as a 15-year-old. I had no idea where I was or what I was doing, to be honest, but that meant that when I came back, I had much more of a clue, and I think the same will apply to these young athletes from Shiplake.
Absolutely, it's a huge learning experience, whether you are 15 or whether you're 35, but your first regatta is always going to be something you remember.
Whatever age you are in the sport of rowing, you can be learning every stroke. There's always something to learn and something to remember, and I hope this will be an event for everyone to remember. Often for athletes, just appearing in the qualifiers at Henley is a career high. As I say, we had such enormous entries this year. The qualifier was an absolutely packed event, and well, here we see this race unfolding as it looked it might do off the start. Really good, clean sculling now. Look at that.
Yeah, and you can see there the red and blue of Borlase just leading down in front of that crew there from Shiplake. Shiplake did come through the qualifiers, so you know, good opportunity to get a run down the course, especially if you're new to the regatta. Good opportunity to practice steering. So not always a bad thing to do, but I think in this local fight at the moment, it looks like Borlase, the crew just downstream in Marlow, are going to be winning out over Shiplake, who rode just up the next stretch above from where we are now.
Yeah, credit to the Shiplake crew coming through as real youngsters in qualifying to get into this event. Really credible performance for them. Now we come alongside the enclosures, and you get the appreciation of the crowd noise as it comes close to the course again. A little bit of a look over the shoulder there from Borlase's school to check that they're on track to cross the finishing line. They don't want any mishaps in the final 10 or so strokes.
Yeah, so you saw there that Borlase crew really confident over the line. They look pretty relaxed there. Shiplake have pushed all the way, just coming through over the finish line now.
So there we go. That's the Fawley Challenge Cup, and Sir William Borlase's school beating Shiplake in the first round. They go through to race another day, cheering their opponents as traditional across the line. So Zoe, what do you make of the racing we've seen so far this afternoon?
Yeah, great start to the afternoon's racing, just as we thought, and crews dealing really well with these rough conditions, so it'll be interesting to see how it progresses.